Hello everyone, my name is Evan Jacobs and welcome to another edition of BoxingTime TV. I apologize so much that I was gone last week and was not able to do one. I'd expected to do one before I went on my trip to North Carolina, but it was just one of those things that it did not happen. So I'm back with a little bit of an enhanced setup. I got a pop filter, turned up the levels, got some help from the... oh gosh, what is it? I'm thinking of the name of the podcast. Oh gosh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna get this. Oh gosh. You know what? No. I'm not. Where It Went podcast. From the Where It Went podcast kind of clued me in on ways I could just kind of fix things up, and that's what we're doing right now on the BoxingTime TV podcast. We have a bout today that's happening on July 17th. Again, I'm organizing my papers. As you guys know, gals and everyone, I do a sloppy podcast. This is happening on July 17th with Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano. And I am looking forward to broadcasting this bout, giving you all the information that I can on it as we watch the simulation. Charlo is 31. Castano is, I'm going to double check this. Castano is, he's 31 too. Charlo is 5'11". Castano is, hold on, I'm just making sure I did these correctly. He is 5'7". This bout's being contested at 154 pounds. 73 reach for Charlo, 67 reach for Castano. 34 fights, 1 loss for Charlo. And that 1 loss that Charlo suffered was to Tony Harrison, as we all know. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna. It was to Tony Harrison, and then I believe he beat him in the rematch. And then Castano was undefeated. I'm rambling way too much than I like to. I'm just gonna get right to this. It's a 12-round fight, 3-minute rounds, 10-point must scoring system, no mandatory 8 count, 3 knockdown rule waived. Let's go. All right, so the bout is starting. And honestly, guys, gals, I see this as a distance fight. It's just kind of the way that I see it going. Should be enjoyable. Fairly entertaining. I know that the podcast I listen to, the Sports Illustrated podcast with Chris Mannix, at least I think that's still who it's with. He was high on this fight, not as high on the fight that Jermell Charlo is having coming up on the 19th, which is next week. I'm just double checking that I was right. I'm fairly certain that Tony Harrison is the one blemish and on his record, and then Charlo knocked him out in the rematch. And a lot's gone on in the world of boxing since we last spoke. We had the whole Floyd Mayweather-Logan Paul thing. And what I love about it is I have people that never talk to me about boxing, that don't care about boxing. Suddenly they're boxing experts, and the fight was staged, and this and that. And Floyd knocked him out but held him up. And I mean, I know. But, hey, I love that people are talking about it. These fights, I don't really think, I think the way to look at them is they're not part of the boxing landscape in the sense of how they matter. But they matter in the sense that they get people talking about the sport, they get people interested in the sport. And if someone who watches Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul is then going to watch Nonito Donaire knock out a bully, I'm forgetting the guy's name, I think it's, I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm just going to say that. If they want to see that, folks, then more power to them, more YouTube fights if that brings a bigger audience. That's honestly just the way that I feel about it. Oh, wow. And Castano wobbling Charlo. I have a feeling this bout in many ways is going to go how the Demetrius Andrade Jermell Charlo bout went. I could be wrong. In that, you guys have to see it. I don't want to give it away. I'll link it to this fight. But look at Castano coming out, landing shots, wobbles Charlo, and wants to win this. So we have a very interesting fight afoot, folks. Oh, wobbling Charlo again. And look at Castano. Folks, I did not expect this. We have some bouts coming up. I actually only have 2 on the docket. Me going away, I wasn't able to do the Jermell Charlo bout versus Montiel. But, there are a lot of really good fights coming up. Already have done the Pacquiao-Spence bout. So we'll have to see how things play out. Already done Wild Fury 3. So we got to kind of see how that plays out. And right now, Castano... Wow, even. One judge giving it to Castano, one judge giving it to Charlo, another judge having it even. Let's get back to it, folks. This is what we love on Boxing Time TV. And please follow me on, if you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share these links. Or not subscribe, please follow. And then what I was also going to say is the other thing I was going to say is that, oh gosh. Please follow me on Instagram, Boxing Time with Evan. I do a few posts during the weeks. Oh, sorry. A call is coming in. I do a few posts during the week, and I do a few posts during the week, and But I now do a Sunday show that I'm going to be doing after this when I go on my walk. It is called Sunday Morning Boxing Time Talk. And basically it is, or Boxing Time Talks. And it's basically just me kind of going over the events of the week and talking about things that have happened. This coming up, I'm going to be talking about the Shakur Stevenson fight. Going to be talking about Clarissa Shields making her Clarissa Shields making her MMA debut. And just a lot of interesting, or what I find interesting. So, you guys will all be the judge. But, just thank you all for tuning in. All right, and Charlo going to the body now. Coming upstairs on Brian Castano, making Castano kind of pay for what he did in that last round, which I thought Castano did a lot of really, really good work, folks. I was super duper impressed with what I saw in that first round. All right. And Jermell Charlo doing solid work off the ropes. Can't take anything away from him. Cannot fault him. He is doing his thing, as we like to say in this wonderful sport of boxing. All right, let's see how the judges have it. I think that Charlo took that round, as it were, 10-9. I think we're going to see on all 3 judges' scorecards. All right, and so Charlo right now settling in. We have 10 more rounds to go. And is Brian Castano? Did he do it all? Oh wow! And he's wobbled coming out against Jermell Charlo. So now Charlo turning it on. Charlo started slow, got kind of wobbled a couple of times, but now you have Brian Castano. Wow. You're just seeing the mastery of Jermell Charlo, just sort of figuring this out as the fight's going on, sizing up his opponent and really realizing what his opponent has and how he can be dangerous. And I think that Jermell Charlo probably came out, probably felt the power of Castano, probably felt, you know what, I'm going to have this guy come towards me, drawing him out, and now he's going to shut him down. All right, settling in. Oh, wow. Oh, looking Jermell Charlo just kind of finding his range, looking for openings. Um, Sorry, folks, I was gone. And when I'm gone, I always come back. And there's always like a stack of papers for me to just kind of go through and organize. And that is kind of where I am at right now. All right, so I'm just getting all these papers organized and keeping myself organized and doing this podcast at the same time. And it's not that the podcast is not completely important. It's just that, we've watched these fights and, you want to see the action. You don't want me blathering on all over it. But I probably yammer too much. But that's kind of part of the package, as we said. All right. And I'm telling you, I really like the work that Charlo's. Oh, and he wobbles and drops him. He wobbles and drops Castano. And Castano was gone. Wow, folks. That was not a flash knockdown. He wobbled and hurt. And I'm telling you, I think Jermell Charlo is going to have Brian Castano. He already has him in a spot where he's wilting 10-8, 10-8. All across the board. Jermell Charlo, folks, looking like a world beater. And here's hoping that, and I'm just being honest, this doesn't become one of those things where, you would often see this in a lot of Zab Judah fights. Judah would come out, be moving, shaking, drop his opponent, and then Judah would only go for that knockout and keep trying to repeat that. Whereas if Charlo can just be smooth, kind of come in, do the things that he needs to do, I think he can get a really, really nice stoppage over the undefeated Brian Castano. Not that we're not rooting for Castano. Not that Castano did not have a great first round, but since the first round, let's be honest, it's been all Jermell Charlo. Oh, and Jermell Charlo just continuing to land on Brian Castano. Okay, so those things are organized. I know what this is. I'm going to leave it in the package. Okay, so folks, just organizing my business, or my stuff, I should say. Hold on one sec. So, okay, once again, Jermell Charlo, 10-9, 10-8, 10-9. All right, let's just keep moving, folks. We're moving through this. Jermell Charlo, I think, dominating. I think Brian Castano is going to want to is going to have to start landing something. He's going to have to really get Jermell's attention because Jermell seems to be in the groove. And right as I say that, Castano touches him with two left hands as he comes in. Folks, we are seeing something here. I don't know what it means, but we're seeing something. So I'm getting organized, just about to have everything where we want and need it. Okay. All right. So here, we'll just take this. All right. So here, okay, can kind of just, I'm seeing things that I had to do that now I'm not sure that I need to do. So this is good. This is good. All right. You know, and you may be wondering why, organize, do all this stuff. You guys know I run a sloppy podcast. And like I said, you're not watching this to hear me yammer. You're watching this to see the action. And I think we're all seeing it. I think we're seeing, we're seeing Jermell Charlo doing a clinic. It's almost like Donald Curry. You remember how Donald Curry would just razor slice his opponents up, figure out ways to beat him, see where he could hit him. It's what you would see in Alexis Arguello's style. See a guy just figuring another fight, see a fighter just figuring another fighter out. It's a thing of beauty. Maybe not so much for the fighter that's being figured out, but you have a certain level of skill to get in the ring, and so every fighter, that puts on the gloves has a potential opportunity to score a massive, massive upset. All right. Right, and right now, look at Charlo just landing at long range now. So Castano comes in and gets close, he gets clipped. Long range, he gets clipped. Folks, I'm telling you, but what I want to see from Jermell Charlo is I want to see him kind of close the show. He has Brian Castano not coming forward the way that he was. He has Castano in just a lot of interesting situations. And I just think it's time to, let's see it happen. All right. Okay. And they're saying Charlo's breathing heavy. Castano's very tired. And 10-8, 10-8, and 10-9. So already, folks, I think we are at that point, short of Brian Castano landing a Hail Mary punch, that Jermell Charlo, 18-0. Jermell Charlo, up by 18 points, is starting to really make stuff happen. And right now, Castano kind of trying to do some good work in the center of the ring, folks. Castano doing some good work, and you have Charlo kind of now getting him in the center of the ring and tattooing him there. So Brian Castano in the first 6 rounds came forward, got dropped. He's fighting long range and is getting clipped. So it's going to be up to Jermell Charlo to see, is he going to let this go on, or is he just going to be happy to kind of see what happens as this goes forward. All right. So now one judge having it even, another judge giving it 10-8. Two of the judges giving it 10-8, 10-8 to Jermell Charlo, who is now up by 22 points. Oh, look at Jermell Charlo. These guys are trading. Oh, and Castano gets wobbled again for his troubles. Oh, look at Charlo landing, folks. I like what I'm seeing. Not gonna lie, I like what I'm seeing. Oh, and Charlo puts it together and drops Castano to, I want to say that was a double left hook. Brilliant performance by Jermell Charlo. And it looks like this is going to be it, folks. Jermell Charlo putting on a terrific performance against Brian Castano. Wow. Jermell Charlo by a knockout. The fight lasted 7 rounds. Charlo was not knocked down. Castano was knocked down 2 times. Final scores, all academic at this point because Jermell Charlo closed the show. 60-54, 59-51, 60-52. Once again, thank you so much for watching Boxing Time TV. If you like what you've seen, please like, comment, and follow. Want to find me on Instagram, Boxing Time with Evan. I'm about to go record my Sunday show, Sunday morning Boxing Time Talks. And thank you so much for tuning in. And we got a lot more fights coming up. There's fights that fans have suggested. I'm going to get to them as I can. Although now that boxing's back with COVID, thankfully, hopefully, continuing just to be against the ropes. We just got to still wear the mask. Got to social distance. Got to follow the guidance. It looks like we're back. So thank you so much. Coming up next, some of the fights you could be seeing are Zurdo Ramirez versus Sullivan Barrera, Canelo versus Plant, and I'm sure that there'll be more announcements this week for more fights that I will be doing. Thank you so much for tuning in to Boxing Time TV. We'll see you next time.